What's up, deep thinkers? It's Robert from Existence First, and today I want to shed a little bit of light on this aspect of the human being called conditioning. Okay, conditioning. You're probably aware of the term if you're watching this video, but if you're not, the first time I heard of conditioning, I was in high school. My best friend at the time, Xavier, was taking AP psychology, and he came to me and he said, do you know about conditioning? And I said, no. I mean, are you talking about the stuff you put in your hair after you put it the shampoo? And then he's like, no. And then he explained, right, that it's an association. So if you feed a dog a treat, every time you feed it, as you're ready to feed the dog will start to salivate, right? Then you give the dog a treat and you ring a bell. Soon enough, just by ringing the bell, the dog will think of the treat and start to salivate. So, I mean, we all know this, right? Pavlovian conditioning. Okay, there's different types of conditioning, but let's just keep it simple today. All right, this video is very hard to do. Why? Because I just taught skateboarding class for a couple hours, and so I'm like, you have that like slight like sweat residue. It's like, and I just want to skate right now. The last thing I want to do is sit and do some like deep philosophical video, right? But whatever, I have to get this done because I have a hockey game coming up, so we gotta get this done, right? Now, this speaks to conditioning, right? Because if I was in a different situation, wearing a different clothes, maybe I might be like more like prone to philosophizing or whatever, and I'm not right now. But I had some thoughts earlier today that need to be shared. Okay, this aspect of conditioning, or this concept of conditioning. Okay, if we want to take control of it, we need to start to realize it. So, right now, how are you watching this video? Are you watching this late at night in bed? Because if so, then that's part of your conditioning. Like you probably watch YouTube videos late at night while you're going to sleep. What are you doing while you're watching this? Are you like brushing your teeth? Are you making dinner? Like, because then you're conditioned. You probably watch videos while you're doing that. Are you standing? Are you seated? Are your legs crossed? Are your arms folded? Right? Are you hunched over like this? With that weird computer neck where you go protrude, like staring at a screen. What is the shape of your body right now? That's conditioning. Because you probably watch a lot of videos like that. You probably watch a lot of videos in that position, right? Okay. So now it's become clear that you can check in with yourself and you can become aware of your conditioning. Okay. One thing that inspired this video was that I came from the grocery store this afternoon, where once again I got into this funny chit-chat banter with back and forth with the cashier behind the register. This is now a regular thing for me. So as I was leaving the store, I kind of reflected on it. I was like, man, it's so natural every single time, like without fail, right? And this is something that I've conditioned myself to, okay? Before I moved to California, back when I lived in Chicago, I was not as social. But when I came here, I decided to reinvent myself, so to speak, recreate, right? Creation is a big part of Existence First, creating your identity. Okay, go watch the video, What Does Existence First Mean, if you want an explanation of that. All right, now, this is deep thinking. So I'm going to get a little deep right here. So watch only if you can handle this stuff, okay? Continue watching, only if you can handle this, okay? This video I'm calling Victims of Conditioning, but why do I say victims, right? Usually you don't hear those two words together. Usually you hear victims of like theft, victims of abuse, whether it's emotional, physical, etc. Victims of identity theft, whatever, right? But I'm going to say victims of conditioning. Now why? All of those crimes or unfortunate events that I just listed, right? I don't like any of them. I'm extremely bothered by when innocent people are hurt or suffer. I don't like that at all. Okay, but what's even worse than that, what's even worse than the fact that they experienced this negative event, is that they carry with them after the event conditioning in the form of associations and reactions, where if you're physically abused, now every time someone raises their voice at you, you start to have a panic reaction because you've been conditioned from that negative life event. It's very, very sad, right? And I don't like it. So what's the upside to any of this? What is the way out of what is the light at the end of the tunnel, or the way out of the cave, so to speak? Well, the light at the end of the tunnel is reconditioning yourself. And the upside of all of this is that we are human beings. We are the most intelligent creatures on the planet, and so we can recondition ourselves if we want to. The same way that when I moved from Chicago to California, I reconditioned myself every time I, paid for my groceries at the checkout line. I would talk with a person and see how they're doing, or have some sort of joke or whatever, right? With enough pairings and associations, it just becomes natural. Boom. Condition yourself. Okay? So we can recondition ourselves. Now, how do we do it? Well, how do we do that with negative life events? That's going to be like a video course or something, right? It's going to be something, I'm going to have to do another video on that, right? But holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas. I know some people who don't like the holidays. They don't like the holidays because of something bad that happened years and years ago that they're reminded of every time the holidays come. Now, to me, that's you're a victim of conditioning in that sense, in that situation. You do not have control of your mind. Okay, yesterday, spiritual self-defense class right here at the office, we were talking about controlling your mental associations. And this is a completely new concept. But the same way that you clean your room, like if you don't do like regular maintenance in your house and whatever, and your room gets dirty, you need to, there's food on the floor, there's clothes all over the place, right? You need to clean that stuff up. You need to clean up your mind too, and those associations, because it's true that you can reassociate. You can build new associations. All right? People need to do this for sports, right? You can't, when you go into a sport like with my hockey game later today, like, there's two elements of conditioning. There's physical conditioning, like, are you actually like in good shape right now? Do you skate hard like on the rest of the week? Is your heart ready to like withstand the stress? That's physical conditioning. Then there's also like emotional or mental conditioning, where when you step on that rink, are you focused? Are you aware of your environment? Are you thinking about the ideal like plays that you're going to make, or what you need to get done, right? That's all conditioning. This whole process. Athletes listen to like music before the game, right? Look at Michael Phelps before his swimming race. He's like in the zone, right? He's putting himself, he's into a state where he's conditioned to perform, right? So the bottom line is we need to take an active stance when it comes to living. And we need to stop living passively. Every time my life suffers and things are going badly, I always find out later it's because I got too passive. It's because I got too passive. When I wake up in the morning, I'm not like hyped usually about just getting up and doing my thing. Why? Because for 8 hours I was dreaming, and my subconscious took over and was doing all this crap and whatever. There's good dreams, but there's bad dreams too, right? And so the first half hour of my day, I need to recondition myself. I need to like get out of that thought pattern, which I just spent like 6 hours in, 6 to 8 hours in. And I need to like listen to some inspiring, some audiobooks or some motivational YouTube videos, something, just to switch the vibration from here to here. I'm also excited I'm going to take control of this sleep thing though. I just got a new audiobook. It's called, let me see, Why We Sleep, Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. And why? Because I'm going to figure this thing out. So that when I'm sleeping, that's like an investment. That I'm going to have only positive thoughts while I sleep, so that when I wake up, I'm, boom, ready to go. Right? So I think the main lesson here is we've got to live actively, okay? We cannot be victims to conditioning, but the first step of that is realizing what conditioning we do have, okay? When do you start to panic? Is it when you're late for meetings? Is it when people are upset with you? Do you start to panic? Like, what kind of conditions? Because that's what makes up your identity right now, is how you react to different stimuli in your environment. Then, here's another conditioning thing. If you lose a game or something goes negatively, then do you sulk and like get worse, or do you kind of say, damn, I need to get better, right? That's conditioning. So that if you were to inventory or like what's the word? If you were to inventory and list out all of your conditionings, that's a word, right? All of your associations, then we start to get a picture of what your mind looks like in your psyche. Then, if we go through that list and we start, oh, this one's not helpful, we cross that out, we write a new one. Now we're improving ourselves, now we're creating ourselves. And that's not easy, right? It takes some insight, but that's what this channel is here for. Okay, we're here to live actively and take responsibility for our whole constitution, our whole beingness, right? This is a new concept on planet Earth, right? There's no other animal that like lives consciously and it's like reflects and it's like, okay, well, can I do better today than I did yesterday? Like, what other animal does that other than human beings? All right, but we're going to take it to a new level because we're going to have more and more insights about our condition. Even with this like sleep thing, shoot, I don't know. I listened to 3 minutes. I already learned a lot. I already learned something. Okay. In any case, what's going on these days? Stay tuned to the Instagram and the Facebook. I'm going to keep posting these videos. I'm going to keep coming. Post in your comments below, like what ideas or requests you have for more videos, because we're going full steam ahead. Okay, think deeply and put your existence first.